Hey everyone, what is up and welcome back to the Hair by Kate YouTube channel and another episode of 1000 Ways to Dye. Today we're going to be doing a Gemini hair split using the Pulp Riot toners Natural and the new Copper Blonde. This is my friend and model Kelly. She has a bit of her natural new growth coming in at the top and some previously highlighted ends. We're going to be starting our process off today by doing a platinum card. A platinum card is back-to-back slices, typically taking very thin sections just to get the maximum amount of lift and blonding in one appointment setting. We're electing to do a platinum card because the Pulp Riot high-speed toners work best on levels 8 through 10. So while we could have seen some of these tones on her previously highlighted ends, they wouldn't do very much on her natural level 6-7 hair. So we want to get her to at least a level 9. Even if she's a yellowy level 9, that's going to be okay. So I'm just going to be taking these sections all the way up the head. And because of Kelly's hair density, she is a little bit finer and doesn't have super thick or coarse hair. So I'm able to go a little bit thicker on my subsections than I would on a traditional platinum card. We just want to make sure that we are able to get each foil completely saturated with lightener. Now you'll notice because she already had previously lightened ends, I'm not pulling the lightener all the way to the tips on each foil. I'm feathering it down just until we reach the blonde sections and pulling out any dark pieces and making sure those get highlighted as well. But there's no point in me lightening through her ends because she's already lifted to a level that will work for these toners. Whenever I do any kind of foil work that I know is going to be a little more time consuming, like a platinum card, I always like to start with a weaker developer in my first sections, and as I continue to mix new bowls, I'll increase the developer just so it gets a little stronger and works a little quicker, so we're not sitting around waiting for the front to finish processing while the back has been done for 20 minutes. So in the back sections, I'm starting with Blonde AF and 10 volume. And as I move up the back of the head and towards our front side sections, I'm going to end up bumping that up to 20. With any kind of extreme coloring service, it's super important to make sure that you are using Olaplex in with your formulas. So I've also added Olaplex number 1 into each bowl of lightener. Adding the Olaplex number 1 into my lightener will ensure that we are preventing any bonds from being broken while we're doing such an extreme amount of lifting, as well as repairing any broken bonds that Kelly had previously in her hair. Once I've finished applying all of my foils, I am going to go back and paint lightener onto Kelly's scalp. We want to save that step for our very last step in the lightening process because the heat that comes off of her head will help that lightener on her scalp lift really quickly. So if we had applied on the scalp and through the foils at the same time, the scalp would be done before the mids and ends, leaving us in a tricky rinse out scenario. So we want to finish the foil work and then go back and do that root tap with our lightener. After all of our lightener on scalp and in foils has finished processing, I'm going to shampoo Kelly with the Olaplex number 4C. That's Olaplex's clarifying shampoo, and I love using it in between a double process. So after I finish my lightening, but before I tone or apply a vibrant color or whatever my second step may be, I just feel like the 4C does such an amazing job at removing all of the lightener molecules off of her hair, as well as any product buildup that she may have. So her hair is truly primed, prepped, and ready for this toner. So now that all of our prep work is out of the way, we're ready to start the fun part, which is creating a Gemini hair split using 2 of our Pulp Riot high-speed toners. On the left side of Kelly's head, I'm doing our natural high-speed toner in a 1:2 ratio with 6 volume. So just our typical manufacturer's instructions here. And while I'm applying this toner, because it is a high speed, I'm going to make sure that I'm working really quickly because these do process very rapidly. So throughout this whole left section, I'm just going to go roots to ends with the natural toner. And then on the right side, I'm going to be using our new Copper Blonde high-speed toner. Same ratio as we did on the natural side, and a 1:2 ratio with 6 volume. And the contrast that we're going to get from this split is so fun. I can't wait for y'all to see the final look. After I've completely applied, I'm going to let her process just at room temperature for 20 minutes, and then we're ready to blow out and style. I chose to process Kelly's hair for 20 minutes to get the maximum amount of tone deposit from these toners. But these toners are progressive, so if you're wanting to utilize these for something a little more subtle, a little less intense, you will see results from these toners in as little as 5 minutes. So it's a really, really neat product to have in your arsenal because you can create so many different looks with just one tube of color. If you check out the link in the description box down below, you'll find my Amazon storefront where I've listed all of my favorite tools and products for styling. And I also have a link that takes you to my website where you can find more in-depth classes and courses. So on YouTube, we like to kind of scratch the surface a little bit, but if you really want to learn all of the nitty-gritty, check that link out as well. And here is our final look. I love how we were able to create something so bold utilizing just 2 tubes of toner. I've honestly never worked with toners that have this much deposit and can give you this intense of a shade. They're really, really amazing products to try out. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below letting me know if you like the natural side or the Copper Blonde side better. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!